This is the Fund 12 closeout report for sustain and maintain Gimbalabs. The proposal ID is 1200219. The challenge category is Cardano Open Ecosystem. The challenge objective is to drive ecosystem growth, foster education and community initiatives, expand Cardano's global footprint, and onboard more Cardano users. The proposal's objective is to ensure that the Cardano developer community has access to spaces where they can learn, collaborate, and build together. To achieve this objective, Gimbalabs has been hosting three main categories of spaces: live coding spaces, playground space, and a governance space also called open space. Live coding spaces are guided spaces where mentors help students work through courses like Plutus PBL and Icon PBL. We also explore other technical Cardano related topics as well. The playground space is a space for sharing ideas and exploring the current state of the blockchain and its ecosystem. Traditionally, Playground has been an open space for anyone to come share ideas. But in the most recent season, we experimented with streamlining the presenters. In the next season of Playground, we plan on exploring DREP related topics. And lastly, we have Gimbalabs governance space or open space. Here, we govern the Gimbalabs treasury through proposals and other experimental governance frameworks. This is the space that helps support the sustenance and maintenance of all other spaces and offspring projects. You can find the recordings of all these spaces on Gimbalabs YouTube channel. Now you can directly hear from the Gimbalabs community about why they hang out at Gimbalabs and what they're looking forward to.
This is the closeout for the Fund 12 Catalyst proposal for Gimbalabs, sustain and maintain. And we've talked a lot recently about what it means to sustain this place, right? It is our goal to get to a level of sustainability where people are really taken care of and can really focus on what they want to do. Or is the goal just to maintain, right? Just to make sure that we keep doing the things we've been doing and somehow getting by in that way. And I think that's a really good question for communities of practice to ask. And so I'm grateful for the chance that we've had to do that together. And I'm just also grateful for the fact that what we have here is a space where there is that level of uncertainty. Hey, are we working towards sustenance or maintenance right now? We're not really sure, but it's safe to do the next step. It's safe to keep going and keep this thing going along. And what I find when I spend time at Gimbalabs is that there's other people who are okay with, all of the most of life that happens in the gray areas, right? There's not an easy yes or a no. There's not an easy answer to many questions. There's not even an easy way to describe what a smart contract is, right? Or anything else that we might want to describe. But we create spaces to talk about it and live in that uncertainty. And I hope that we're doing that in a scalable way that, leads to the sustenance of this space, but also, like we were talking about earlier in the meeting, the chance for other groups to pick up these models and run with them and make them work for different sorts of communities.
I really like the fact that I get to learn and contribute to the Cardano community. I really like working in a structured environment and everything is so organized. So that is something that's really appealing to me. I've professionally usually worked as an independent contributor. So working in a collaborative environment is really something that's different and I really enjoy, and it's a skill that I'm developing. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how we kind of develop our role as DREPs at Cardano.
I've basically, from my perspective, I've lived a solitary life, and the idea of collaboration was something I read about, and I always thought, oh, that sounds cool. I'm glad that happens for some people, and Gimbalabs has kind of given me a way to think that there's, something idealistic, that there's a place where you can think about and do things based on idealistic reasons in a collaborative way, because I haven't known that before.
I really enjoy the live coding sessions. I think that that's a really strong point for Gimbalabs, and it allows people to tune in and see what's going on under the hood, and we all learn together. And there aren't so many environments where that kind of opportunity is available. So I really appreciate that.
I was a bit lucky one because I met many of these faces early at the time. So I keep coming back because I guess it's comfortable already to be here. But one thing also what is very important here, you don't just talk here. We get to see progress. And that's what I also like about this network and coming back, like what is the next thing you're working on? How can I help? Is the way we can collaborate?
I'd like to hear more the engaging conversation, the process without structure, or the structure to get to a process, and the autonomy to propose to the community or do something yourself. You know, it's challenging, yet it's also rewarding. It takes a little bit of twist. You know, my learnings are that it's okay to ask questions and to follow through. And I'm looking forward to talking about some DREP stuff and a playground resurgence or something like that.
What am I looking forward to is a little bit more developer knowledge and maybe participating in more projects within Gimbalabs itself.
So the reason I hang out at Gimbalabs is because I don't think there's any other space in Cardano where I get to hang out with experienced people, learn from them, and also work with them. So this is such a unique opportunity, and that's why I'm always around Gimbalabs.